Hey y'all, and welcome back to the party. It's your girl, BrittReacts, and today we are reacting to My Dad Told Me a Lie, Tom Segura stand-up comedy, mostly stories, on Netflix. Let's see what he has to say.
Oh, guys, thank you for having jobs.
What?
I'm assuming you do. I don't know. You're here. Maybe you robbed somebody. But I was just thinking about that, how long it's been since I've had a job and how I absolutely could not get one right now. Like if I went into a place and gave them my resume, they'd be like, hey, what's with this 13-year gap on here, man? And I'd be like, what's with all those questions, dude? Chill out, you know? I mean, if I had to get a job, I think I would just go for a job where no one knows what the I'm talking about, so I could just make shit up. Because there's a few of those, like the spokesman for an arson investigation. Arson means fire, by the way. I'm seeing a lot of blank faces. And it's amazing.
Mine was not a blank face. Mine was, that's a job. A spokesman for an arson investigation is, in fact, a job. I mean, I guess someone's got to do it, so that would make it a job. But that seems like such a specific job. Is that not just like an investigator who speaks to the investigation? Let's let Tom tell me.
It's fire, by the way. I'm seeing a lot of blank faces. And it's amazing. You can see them online. Like, a guy comes out to a podium, and there's a mic, and there's news people around.
Everything
it's
that's
like a
online.
burned down building behind, and he's just like, hey, that burned down. And they're like, could you tell us a little more? He's like, what? Like, totally aggravated. What do you want to know? And they go, well, how did it start? And he goes, it was a match. And they go, how do you know? We found it. It, like, is one. There's other matches. And he's like, this one. And they go, how do you know that's the match? Just complicated fire shit, man. You wouldn't understand any of it. Thing is, man, I miss zero part of having a day job. That's the truth. I miss zero part. The only part I still miss is spreading rumors and gossip about people that work there. That's the fucking best. It is. I remember going to work sucks. That's universal. Don't act. I mean, most of you will have it on Monday.
Most of you will have it on Monday.
Mother.
This should not be this funny. I should not have tears coming out of my eyeballs. But this is so true. I didn't take Tom as the, like, gossip Gary of The Office. But now that we're here and we're talking about it, he makes for the perfect gossip Gary of The Office. Yeah, I don't miss I can't even call the job I had before this a 9-to-5 because it was a almost 80-hour-a-week job. And don't miss it. Not even a little bit. And yes, waking up on Monday morning was like, really? Here we go again. For real?
Today's gonna suck!
Bikes!
But I'm gonna talk shit about Amanda when I get there. And then that raises your spirit, right? And you're like, you think about that in the shower, you're like, I'm gonna ruin Amanda's day today. This is for you, Amanda. The f***ed up thing is people making you feel badly for enjoying that. You shouldn't feel badly for enjoying gossip. It's 100% normal and natural to, because it's definitely an extension of childhood. Because all of us, when we were kids, and all kids now, for a certain period of time, the worst storytellers ever, okay? You don't know about editing information, enhancing things, keeping people's interest. So look, you don't have to have a kid to know about this. Talk to any kid, a friend's kid, a niece, a nephew. It's when you go to a kid, you go like, hey, were you outside? And they go, yeah. And you're like, why don't you dial that back? That was crazy, okay? And then you ask one question like, how was that? And they go, I have, when Jeanette came by, she brought the yellow cup that she didn't want to kick the ball back, but I said, because Brian's cup is red.
I cannot tell y'all how many times I'm crying. Like, I have been consistently leaking from my eyes since this video started. how many times I have to tell my daughter to slow down when she's telling a story, because she just gets so jumbled up in the mouth trying to explain how her day at school was. And then, like literally there was like some type of video that went around like a couple years ago of a little girl trying to tell a story, and it was so funny. And she just was like, and do you ever, and then that is like all children. All children. He's so right about this. And also, doubling back to the going to work thing, one thing I do miss is my assistant Ashley and my coworker Lauren. Shout out to y'all if y'all ever see this. We used to have the best of time. We had so many like inside jokes. Like we would literally be like we all worked at a communal table. We'd be like typing on our computers via text. Like, you know, you can text from your computers to each other, just like keeping each other laughing all day long, all day. So that was the highlight. It wasn't all bad. They were definitely the highlight, especially towards the end. They kept me going. Love those girls. Let's get back to this storytelling by these kids who can't tell stories.
She didn't want to kick the ball back, but I said, because Brian's cup is red, that if you don't have it now, then you don't have to bring the blue, because the blue one that Jane had was with her. I said, if you don't have it, you can use mine now, but then next it's my turn. You go, that was a great story.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm always like, oh, okay.
Jesus. And then
literally
kids accidentally tell their first good story. They don't mean to. It's an accident. That's why it leaves an impact. Because you go, were you at the park? And they go, yeah. And you go, well, how was that? And they go, I saw Uncle Jeff. He had a lady sitting on his lap.
The tea.
But it wasn't Aunt Maria. And you're like, what? And the kid's like, I've never seen that face before. And you're like, that's a good story. Go find more stories like that. That's burned into your psyche. That's why you go to work, you see your coworker, you're like, hey, I got some juice. And they're like, is it gonna negatively impact somebody's life?
Yes,
yeah.
For sure.
Like, hook that up. I've spread so many rumors. My favorite part about rumors, nobody verifies.
Yes,
Somebody
this is so
says
true.
something once, and you're like, cool, I'll roll with that forever. Thanks, man. Like,
must be true.
they're like, are you gonna fact check that? You're like, wow, you said it out loud. I don't have to check anything out. Like,
You seem
it's now
credible.
a fact, so whatever. It's really, it's a seed, right? It's a seed. You ever be a part of one that just grows? I remember years ago, I'm watching a movie with my dad. In the middle of the movie, the actor Tommy Lee Jones appears on screen. Great actor, Oscar winner. Unprompted, my dad turns to me and he goes, did you know he was gay? And I was like, no. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
All right, I'm Googling Tommy Lee Jones because I'm not 100% sure who this gentleman is. Tommy Lee Jones. Oh, from Men in Black. That's his name. I never knew. Tommy Lee Jones. I know you, sir, only from Men in Black. I'm not sure if anything else you played in, but this is him, right? Okay, now I have some context. Let's go.
it doesn't matter, and I don't care. But I decided I would tell everyone I ever met for the rest of my life that Tommy Lee Jones is gay. I told a lot of people.
I mean, your dad told you
like
that.
From
Why
The
would you not?
Fugitive through No Country for Old Men. I told everybody.
I'm assuming these are Tommy Lee movies.
So one day
The
I
Fugitive?
told somebody and he goes, no, he isn't. And I was like, yeah, he is. And he goes, how do you know that? And I said, my dad told me.
Right. Right.
And he goes, what, your dad him or something? And I was
he
like,
have
I
proof?
don't think so. And he goes, I've known him 40 years. I know his wife and kids. I knew him when he was single. He is not gay. And I go, what is happening right now? And I called my dad immediately. And I was like, Dad, I just got confirmation that Tommy Lee Jones isn't gay. And my dad goes, Oh, I thought he was. Is that the end of your investigation? Are you serious? Why did you tell me that? He goes, I don't know. I said, did somebody tell you? He goes, I can't remember. I said, have you been telling everybody for 15 years that Tommy Lee Jones is gay? And he goes, yep.
He thought for 15 years.
I go, don't
Tom
you think
Segura
we should
thought this
stop?
for 15
he goes,
years.
now we should. Made that shit up.
That is actually how rumors get. That's literally how they get started and how they thrive. Is because no one fact checks. They're like, someone said it to me out loud. That person feels credible. I'm not gonna question it. It's a fact. It's like a simple Google search would have told you otherwise, my sweet, sweet friend. I think we're all guilty of spreading a rumor here or there. It is what it is. It's the circle of life, friends. That just, y'all saw, that just had me in stitches. That whole thing just had me hysterical. And I mean, we literally started from like one whole other side of something to something completely else. And that's what I love about Tom Segura, is that you never know where the end of the bit is going to take you. So funny. All right, y'all. Another really good one. My concealer catcher is full of concealer. I'm not going to show you because it's nasty. But thank goodness I had it because I needed it. Go and have the day you deserve. Peace.